This is Abacura Farm. We have just arrived. It is 7:15 p.m. on Tuesday, I believe it is, April 3rd. Now, this is a working farm. It smells like a working farm. Sid is taking pictures. The sheep are observing our every move. But this is beautiful countryside.
Come on,
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Come on.
run. They're so cute.
Come on.
Come on.
They're hiding behind their
They're hiding behind their mama.
This is the customs house in Belcoo, which is about 5 kilometers from Abacura Farm. You're standing atop a hill here, and that's Loch McNeen, I think it is. And right down there is Belcoo, which is the town where we had dinner last night. Let's see, can I find Belcoo there? Belcoo is right there. And then the Northern Ireland is right there in the distance. And you can see 7 counties from here. Yes, this is Loch McNeen. It's spelled M-C-N-E-A-N. And this is just very near the cemetery that we're going to now. These are the ruins of St. Burgess Church. And there are, as you can see, there are some slabs here covering graves. And both Protestants and Catholics were buried in here. This vault belonged to a very wealthy landowner here named Captain Nixon, who is buried in there. And then the cemetery is right over here. Shirley's down there talking to Eddie. And Sid and Jerry are in there, and we're going to go in there and start taking pictures of headstones. Why can't you? Oh, you're out of battery. So this is the old 12th century cemetery. Outside wall of the church.
cement and different things actually.
Yeah. It just goes to show you that.
Yeah. It's amazing. They were excellent craftsmen.
They
You know.
the footings.
It was amazing what they could do.
Look at that building there now.
This is the gate to the McGuire property. And Eddie is showing us around. Eddie Feely, we are so appreciative of his help. And the homestead, the McGuire homestead, what's left of it is up here a little ways. Okay, this is the house where Patrick Henry McGuire was born. So I guess it was the house of Bernard McGuire. And what was this, Eddie?
That was where they kept the cattle.
Oh, this is where the cattle were kept.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tied in their cows there for the milk. And
Eddie, what's a buyer?
a buyer is a cow house.
Cow house?
So this is a buyer.
That's a buyer, yeah.
Oh.
In bygone days, when they'd be putting up a house, well, you see these stones here now.
Uh-huh.
You see the stones coming out there?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now, them stones coming out there, they always had in mind to build another room on.
So they left a way to tie in.
Aye, but what they do, this was superstition now more than anything else. They put up couples you know, just put the couples that, you know, the timber that they'll be putting on a roof, put them
Uh-huh.
up there, we'll say. And if the couples didn't stay up, if they fell, they wouldn't carry on with the room because it was on the wrong side of the house.
Is that
So
right?
There's the stones. You see, was to connect the one that was, you know.
What did he say?
They'd leave these stones out
When they were building the original part of the house,
to allow it to
they left them
expand.
stones out to connect. Some people wonder why them stones are
And then they'd
left
put the corbel up,
Yeah,
and if it stood up, they would expand.
the wood. Yeah,
But if it fell down, they wouldn't expand the house.
It was a superstition.
to be
Yeah.
on a fairy's pass.
Yeah, you guys here have this thing about fairies.
That's right. Yeah. You're not talking to one now, but they need.
Lived here until 67.
Yeah, I had that touched and it was whitewashed. No, it was a lovely house there when we left.
So what happened to him? How come it?
When we moved out.
This was a thatched roof house. I'll show you in just a minute what's left of the thatched roof.
This house, it's not as small as you think. There was rooms. There was rooms up.
There's the fireplace.
And you see that door there, like that door.
Oh, that's a door to the second story.
There was a loft. They call it a loft. There was plenty of everybody in it. It was a big family around here now. Do you know?
Oh wow! Yeah.
You know, and there was stairs up there from the back door was there. There was stairs up.
Oh, okay.
And, see it-
My word.
yeah. So it wasn't as small as you think.
Yeah. Huh. There's what's left of the thatched roof, I guess. Is that
That's
right,
right.
Eddie?
That's all. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, do you still own this property?
No, I don't own it now. No.
So,
But you
Paul
need a scooter to live
Gallagher
here.
bought this from Patsy McGuire's mother.
That's the buyer.
That's the buyer,
Oh, that's
where they
why-
kept the
that's why
cattle.
the cattle was.
Yeah.
Yeah. They treated their cattle as well as we treat our cars.
That's right. Yeah. Yes.
This is the buyer. Yeah. And this is the house again. Here we are at the Shannon Pot, beginning our walk on the trail toward the pot. Eddie Feely has been responsible for these improvements and has done a nice job of building a trail out here to the pot, and the old McGuire homestead property is right up there. Just beginning to see the McGuire homestead property. Okay, now we've come down a couple hundred yards and there's the McGuire property over there. And the Shannon Pot is right, I think, directly out there. I believe this water flows out of the Shannon Pot. And so it begins just with this as a little stream, and then turns into quite a significant river the further it goes. And there is the old homestead. The house on the right and the burn on the left. And we have arrived at the pot. There it is, the headwaters of the Shannon River. Now somehow we have to figure our way over onto the McGuire property. We're in Enniskillen, and there's an organ grinder playing his organ there. The church up that direction. The town hall is behind me. This is kind of the town square. Oh, that says a harmony pan on the front of that organ. There's the organ grinder. We're looking for Ason's bookstore. I think it's right there across the street. This is the town hall in Enniskillen. We are just coming to Enniskillen Castle. It's Wednesday the 25th of March 2009, and this is our last day in the Fermanagh area, and so we're headed to what is now known as Enniskillen Castle, but what was once Maguire Castle. Number 1 on this map is the Gaelic Maguire Castle, and later editions we will be able to tour that building. And that's the building right there. Yeah. This appears to be the old gate. Cookie's going into the Maguire Castle. It says the medieval Maguires and the Enniskillens. We are just about to leave Abacura Farm on our way to check out Maguire's Chair and Maguire's Bridge and Tempo Manor and some places like that have historical significance to the Maguires in the area of Enniskillen and Glengivlin. Tempo Manor, it was erected on the side of a home that was originally occupied by Hugh Maguire here in Tempo, and in the home that Hugh Maguire lived in, he kept his wife, whose last name was Cathcart, locked up in a tower until she would tell him where he could find the deed to the properties that she owned, or that her family owned. This is a really old cemetery called Pubble, and it's on the road from Tempo to Enniskillen. Foregoing headstones were in the Pubble graveyard. Here's Cookie on the steps going over the wall. This is how you enter the cemetery, on these steps that go over the wall and then down the opposite side. Okay, Eddie, go ahead. Sorry.
What you were just saying.
No, but what do you... What?
The Derrylahan was
Derrylahan,
divided up amongst the Maguires.
when the Maguires was put out of Fermanagh,
Right.
they had to go leave Fermanagh. They came up and the townland of Derrylahan was divided. Them all got their own allotments in Derrylahan.
Mm-hmm.
Allotments.
Allotments. And what happened there, you see, was that nearly every name in Derrylahan was Maguire.
I
It's
see.
not that they were all relations now, but they just, if they had that name, them all came up, and that's what they set up a home,
Okay.
you know.
That's okay.
And tell us about the house that you took us to. It belonged to Frank? Is that what?
The house was, my understanding anyway, was they were always known as the Bernie of Franks. That was their nickname. And the Maguire, Bernie of Franks. So my understanding is that Frank was, you know, that came at the end of the name, Bernie of Franks. But there was a lot of them Bernards and Bernies.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, the name followed up, you know.
Yeah, and
A son, there was always a son called the name of the father, like, you know. Nearly in any family at that time.
mhm.
The first son would be called after the father, and they'd make sure some of them would be called after the father anyway. Like, you know.
Right.
But
Mhm.
they always made sure that if the first child was a boy, he'd be called, just afraid that the next child would happen to be a girl and the one after that. So it had to be, but they had to get the father's name. You see.
Now, that's consistent with what Patrick Henry wrote. He wrote that it was Uncle Frank's home. So, and Patsy, Uncle Frank was your
Was he your uncle?
your great grandfather?
Be a great grandfather.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
So, yeah.
Great great grandfather.
See, your father was Bernard Barney.
Yeah,
You know,
and his father.
his father he'd been Frank. He'd been, Bernard. You know, his
Bernard
father had been
Frank.
Bernard as well. Bernard Barney. Barney was a short name for Bernard, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say his father then, if you follow me, was Frank. Bernie
Yes.
Barney Frank.
Yes.
You know what I mean, Bernie Franks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's.
So that's
But
Patsy.
I still think, and
Patrick Henry?
anybody born, we say here in Ireland, their home is still their home. Regardless of where they go, they'll always say, I'm going home. So that man could have been right in what he said, that it was Frank's home. So it was his home.
I see.
They'll always say that's their home, like, you know. People away for years. That's the home. We're home, you know.
I see.
And you think Patrick Henry was possibly born in that same house?
And my understanding, following up what I read there, that he was born in it there, yeah. How did he put it there, like again, just he came home and, what year where is it?
Does he say anything in here?
His diary's
He,
there.
he didn't say where
No,
he
the-
was
the-
The
born.
diary?
Document I give you.
No, it's
Yes.
The di-
headed down this path towards the fort and the